Good day, good morning, good evening, everybody. Happy Turnaround Tuesday. Looks like we're getting a Tuesday reversal in crude oil and the S&Ps. Also great call on an entry level by Ricardo yesterday in the pound dollar market, 61.8% retrace of the initial pop. Crude and the pound look similar, and the S&Ps. So this should be setting up. Move to 145, 61.8 retrace that Ricardo called. Similar action in the energy market. So if we have equality from here, this could take you to $34, $35. Not sure if the end's just going to go from here, or we're just going to have a little ABC before it goes again. Euro's still acting heavy. Couldn't get through the 200 on the 1 hour. I have an idea here. Jamie said 106.30 yesterday. This is going to come in well above that. Looks like about 107.80. How's everyone doing today? Our guest today is Muhammad Umar at Lil Cans, Kanky Lion, aspiring hedge fund manager, will be with us today. Hello, Jack. Steve, hello. Forex Pipper, how are you? Tarantula's in here. Joe, Alex, how are you, buddy? Jatan, that's a new handle. Roland, welcome to LAR. Doug, MRC, Adinda. We have FX Ambassador here today. JM, Weasel Bin, that's a new handle. Welcome to LAR Weasel. Khalid. How's everyone doing today? Looks like we have a Turnaround Tuesday setting up here. USD CAD popped, but a pretty weak recovery considering how weak crude was yesterday. Crude was down 7-8%, and this is all we generated in Canada. It wasn't much of a pullback, much of a retrace. So from the high of the move, to yesterday's lows, $38. Yeah, only rallied back 38% with the big break in crude. Nice call, Alexandros. Went right to the underside of the cloud. So you had other reasons to do it. Went right to the underside of Alex's cloud here. Let me show it to everyone. Very nice look here on Canada, Alex. Thank you, buddy. I want to thank Alexandros for his 4-hour Ichimoku look at USD CAD. Thank you, Alex. Yeah. Thank you, Alex. Well, welcome, Weasel. Everyone make Weasel feel at home. Just curious why you chose that handle. Welcome, Weasel. Ryan Gandalf, welcome. Roland. Everyone doing all right? I see a few other new handles here. FX Ambassador. Everyone welcome the FX Ambassador. Not sure what country he's from. What country are you from, Ambassador? Who are you representing here in LAR? Like Vin Diesel? Oh, you're Vin Weasel? Good one. All right, so Alex is showing us, just like in Canada, we're right against the bottom of the cloud here. Got to get through a lot of stuff, huh, Alex? Are these cumulus nimbus clouds or Stradivarius clouds? Get off of my cloud, man. Hey, you. Get off of my cloud. Don't hang around with all the thing on the ground. Everyone doing okay? Okay, thank you, Alex. On what, Goldie? On the Canadian? Okay, got it. You know, we could still have an A, B, C here. If Alex is right about the pound, still have a higher low there. And if we get a higher low here and we rally back to 44, that would be halfway back. So it doesn't mean that we're just going to continue down from here. Normally you get some type of three-wave correction. A, B, C. Back to 44. Hello, Sinatra. How are you? Jatan, nice to meet you. Okay. I'm just keeping my mind open to that we could have an A, B, C. Capiche? It wouldn't change the bearish picture. Goldie's been on the short side here. Okay. Still a higher low. Thank you, Goldie. Everyone thank Goldie for its CAD look. Thank you, my trading warrior brother. So everyone, today is Lars' 600th show today. What do you think of that? I've done this 600 times. I'm an Iron Man. What do you have, Alex? Okay. Yeah, I think we have to get through that cloud. Nice looking oil from Alexandros. Thank you, buddy. The 2015 awards. At least 1,000. That'd be another couple years. Here's a list of the nominees. Voting closes in 3 days. That's where you go to check out the nominees for the FX Street Awards, all the different categories and contributors. 3 days left to vote. 3 days left to vote. Are you in here today, Tarantula? Or you were here earlier? That would be none other than the Nad Kirkez. It's Tarantula. Lotozen. Joe, Izzy, how are you? Felix the cat is back. Hi, Felix. Roland, Goldie, Khalid, Steve, Doug, Jack, Sinatra, MRC. Now I see our guest is in here. Muhammad Umar is here. And JM. So I just want to remind you, Muhammad, when I interview you, please turn the volume down in the room if you're in the room so that we don't get echoes during the interview. Everyone welcome Lil Cans. At Lil Cans is Muhammad Umar's Twitter handle, and he's going to be our guest in about an hour. Welcome to our community. Yeah, I don't see yours either, Khalid. Why don't you refresh? Come out and refresh, Khalid. Try it again. This looks like it's just a pullback in Aussie. Still think there's a pop left. EuroCAD, similar to the crude, still putting in a higher low. Very weak retrace in EuroCAD. If we put in a higher low, we could still go to 57, 58. That'd be a great shorting opportunity, in my opinion. Okay. Anyone else having a problem seeing your own messages? DKDick is. He can see all the messages, but not his own. Anyone else having an issue with that? I don't see any of your messages either, Khalid. So it didn't even show up here. Anyone else having issues? I got a Skype. Okay, he's logged in and out 10 times already, he's told me. I don't know how to advise you, buddy. Maybe Mauricio, you have any suggestions for Decadic? He Skyped me. I have a problem in chat box. I can see all messages, but not mine. He's already refreshed and reloaded 10 times. Here, Sinatra has a suggestion. Thank you, Sinatra. That's life. That's what people say. You're flying high in April, shot down in May. But boy, am I gonna be singing that tune when I'm back on top in June. That's for Sinatra. So any other looks, views, ideas? Euro pound still looks vulnerable to me, which makes the pound the preferred long. I don't know if it's done yet to the downside. Everyone doing okay? Frank Sinatra's 100 years old. I'm much younger than Frank. Hello, Weasel. Anyone need a new car? Anyone else going to vote for me? So I tweeted this. My lions are so loyal to me that I could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue like Trump said, and they'd still trade with me. So give me your vote. Don't just write a note. Make me the winner, even if you're a beginner. 'Cause it's my mission to build up and edify traders every day. And if you hang, you'll know why. Say you need a new car, you should hang out in Lar. If you rent and want to buy a house, spend 2 hours with us before you click your mouse. And if you want to be a star, show your charts in LAR. And if you love LAR, give me a Y. Give me a Y. Tell me why you gave me a Y. L A R R R lar lar lar. Vote for me. It doesn't cost you anything, it's free. Vote for me so I could win. Or next time I see you, I'll kick you in the shin. No, I won't do that. Everyone doing all right? What's this, Goldie? Oh, look it. He proved it to me. So here's your best speakers: Wayne McDonald, Walter Peters, Sam Seiden, Nanad, Yohei, Navin, me, and Don't Know. And I want to thank you for your support, Goldie. Thank you for your vote. So Steve thinks there's another wave in Canada coming up here. Could be right, Steve. We could get a C wave. This is what I was talking about earlier. We haven't made a new low. This could be A, this could be B, and then we could get a C. But this is looking like a pretty important neckline. Take it down to 36 or so. A measured move if this is a neckline right here. But we still could get a shoulder up towards 144. You know, I don't know if I would do anything I would do today new. I actually don't want to do anything new until after the Fed tomorrow. Because it's enough having the pressure of being right without having the pressure of having to be right into the red news. I would rather be flat and react to the Fed instead of predicting the Fed. Can I get an amen on that? So, you know, I recommend that people have no positions into the Fed tomorrow. And then we react to the reaction. That's my view. Right? So why put that pressure on you unless you're day trading to do anything new today if you want to be out before 1 p.m. Eastern time or 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow? So it gives you a day and a quarter to accomplish your objective. But this, I can see this happening with Steve. What Steve said, this is A, this is B, and we could still rally halfway back to 44. Okay, Goldie. So it reminds me what some of my trading friends used to say about me. He used to say, Dale, you love to hear the ice crack. Okay, Ricardo. All right, so there's two people in here. So Ricardo's having trouble. I don't either. So both Ricardo and Khalid are having trouble with the chat today. They can't post for some reason. They both logged in several times. Can you hear me, Mauricio and Adinda? That a couple lions are having a hard time being able to text in the jungle. Oh yeah, I don't expect them to tighten tomorrow. Not with what just happened in January. So Ricardo, Khalid, I passed your message on. Sinatra says try different browser. Try Mozilla or Chrome. Good one, Goldie. Mauricio, can you hear me? I'll Skype him. So here's a look, an update from Ricardo on the pound trade he recommended yesterday. He was looking to buy a 61.8 retrace. He got it. And now he's looking for 43.05 and maybe 44.75. Thank you, Rick. Another one. Thank you, Rick. I want to thank Rick for giving you 24 hours to prepare for the entry of the long pound from the fib level. Thank you, Ricardo. Agenda, I'm going to take a quick break here for 5 minutes. So Rick and Khalid, try a different browser. I don't know if you're using Internet Explorer or what. I'll be back in 5. You guys could continue to share your stuff. I'm back. Am I doing okay? Everyone doing okay? How's everyone doing? Everyone okay? Here's the opening in equities. A lot of green. Everyone doing all right? Ricardo's typing me something. Yeah. Ricardo mentioned buying a pullback in the guppy yesterday at 6.5 at 720. Think that's working out too. Yep. Nice call by Ricardo. Any other looks? If you took that trade from 720 to 650 on the long side of the guppy, resistance comes in at 9.5. You get through that, you probably already have a break-even stop in there. He's saying if we get through 169.50, we'll go to 70.5 and then 73. So here's Ricardo's look on the guppy. He missed getting long yesterday. There's an honest guy. Nice triangle here. This is where we could go. Nice ascending triangle, really. Thank you, Rick. Nice look on the guppy. Nice call yesterday, just like the pound. Similar setup. Everyone thank Rick. Thank you, Rick. At them all. At least you got the pound off. Nice work. Everyone doing okay? Goldie, what you got? Pee-wee? High or low? Couple of target prices up here, 66.25 to 67. Yes, we also talked about the 43 to 44 zone for a short in Canada. Thank you, Goldie. Don't fade Goldie either. Yeah. Don't fade Goldie. He's a top gun. Rick's got another look on his Canada trade. Oh. He covered his short from the 43.30 level. Any new handles in here? Roland, you enjoying your time here in LAR? At ZFX. Beetle, welcome back. Felix. Forex Pipper Tolson, how are you guys? FX Ambassador, what do you think? IBW. JM. So if anyone took Ricardo's trade at 43 in the Canada, he covered at 41.55, even though he thinks it could still go lower to 140. So you're up to date on anything he said yesterday because he's having issues posting in the room here. Thank you for all the updates, Rick. Everyone thank Rick for his updates based upon his analysis and trading suggestions yesterday. Thank Ricardo. We're about a half an hour away from today's guest interview. Stick around. Everyone doing okay? Doing okay? Stand by for our interview. Where's that come in? Weasel, you know what would be helpful? Do you have any screenshot software? Hello, Abel, my brother. How are you, buddy? So if you have screenshot software, it'd be better if you could show that picture. It's much better than just seeing the text. So maybe that could be a goal of yours to contribute with screenshots in our community. The picture speaks 1,000 words. Anyone want to help Weasel out with getting some screenshot software so he could show his works? Okay. No pressure. When you're ready. Crude finding some resistance at this 31.5 level. Thank you, Abel. Thank you for hanging out with me through all of them and supporting me in many different ways. Emotionally, my goodness, you helped me financially when I was in trouble last year. Thank you, Abel. I thank FX Street for getting to know you. And don't forget, yes, I can see your typing. Yeah, you know, silver, I've been thinking about it. Yeah, maybe if it just breaks that trend line, huh? That's a nice look. Yeah. Maybe one more low, or it's going to hold here. Very interesting juncture, Alexandros. Nice look on silver. Everyone thank Alexandros for the silver. It's a weekly look on silver, falling wedge into a major uptrend. Nice confluence there. Here's a 5-minute ABCD pattern. There'll be new lows here from Goldie, under 108. Thank you, Goldie. Thank you, Alexandros. Thank you, Goldie. Thank you, Lar Lyons. Thank you, guys. Goldie. Yeah. Alex is great. Everyone doing okay? Yeah, Zig, I see your typing. Crude's got to clear this 31.5 area again. Felix the cat, the wonderful, wonderful cat. With your bag of tricks, you want to show us some of your tricks? Show us a trick, Felix. Come on. I know you have a whole bag full of tricks. FX Ambassador, how are you? FX John's back in the house. How are you, FX John? Roland, it's Mauricio and my mission to build up and edify traders every day. I hope some of the new people in here that we're fulfilling our mission of building you up, edifying you through the community mastermind and outside guests that I bring in. Jamie was great yesterday. Who agrees with me? Who watched the Jamie Satley interview? Jamie Satley interview? He does some very intricate, in-depth, elite analysis. Rick just said that, and Rick's watched almost every interview, and Ricardo said he's one of the best top 10 in 2 years. So, and Rick is a very good critic. He's not easy to please. So he loved it. I think he still does, and he has his own service, Steve. He has his own timing service too. Someone asked me to get Mark Chandler here a week or so ago. I've got Mark Chandler scheduled for next month. So ask and you shall receive. Mark will be back with us at Mark Making Sense next month. I enjoy talking to Mark Chandler. So I have a bromance going with Jamie Satley and Martin Armstrong, John McAfee, Harry Dent, Ricardo Dinger, Alien Ovicho, D. Kadick, Mauricio, Abel, Ziggy. So you guys probably think I'm pretty loose having all these bromances. Jax broke up with me. Carlos, I have a bromance with too. And Goldie, I've been flirting with Goldie too. So what could I say, guys? Altman's in the house. Hello, Altman. Welcome to LAR. Yes, I used to trade in the closet, but I've come out of the closet, Steve. Yeah. Don't be jealous though. I'm hoping no one gets too jealous. A wise man once told me, Dale, make your money in a closet, meaning stay low profile. Obviously, I didn't take his advice. So stick around for Muhammad Umar at Lil Cans. Muhammad's 19 years old and an aspiring hedge fund manager. Looking forward to talking to him, seeing what his charts look like. And we're probably 10, 15 minutes away, 20 minutes away from that manifesting. I've never heard that one before. It depends what you think rich means. I've never heard that one before. So, Umar, you're a little bit early, buddy.
Yeah.
It depends what you think. So rich. Can you do this? I turned down the volume in the room. I saw your handle in the room, and that's why I'm echoing.
Okay. So, volume is low.
Umar, you're a little bit early, buddy.
Yeah, I'm just checking whether the volume is okay. Is the volume okay?
Turn down the volume in the room. I saw your handle in the room.
Yeah, I've turned down the volume. Volume is low.
Umar, you're a little bit early. I'm still echoing.
Okay.
Not the volume on your computer, the volume in the live analysis room. So you're ready to go.
What?
You're ready to go. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go if you can hear me clearly.
I can hear you clearly, Umar. So thank you so much for joining us 20 minutes early. But what, really, what's the difference? That tells me that you're passionate, you have a lot to say, and you sent me something real brief. You've been trading for 2 years, you're 19 years old, you're an aspiring hedge fund manager. Why don't you tell me about how you got involved in the business, if you had any mentors, who influenced you? You're passionate, you have a lot to say. And you sent me something real brief. You've been trading for 2 years. You're 19 years old. You're an aspiring hedge fund manager.
Yes.
Why don't you tell me about how you got involved in the business? If you had any mentors, who influenced you? So I'm hearing the delay. I said that, and then I heard the delay. Something real brief. You've been trading for 2 years. You're 19 years old.
There's a problem.
Why don't you close the LAR room out completely? Because you don't have to be in the room for us to conduct this interview. Close the LAR room so I don't hear myself echo over and over again. Not that. I didn't ask you to close that. All right, we'll see what happens. See if he comes back in. So a lot of people think they have to be in the room to do the interview. It's not necessary.
Hello?
There we go.
Is everything okay now?
Yeah, it is.
Because it was echoing, I forgot to leave the live room.
Yeah.
So
because you were logged in there. So why don't I start again, everyone? This is Muhammad Umar. His Twitter handle is @LilCans, LILKANZ. Muhammad's 19 years old. He's been trading for 2 years, and he's an aspiring. He wants to be a hedge fund manager. That's his goal. So why don't we start from the beginning, which shouldn't be difficult because it was only a few years ago. How did you get involved in trading FX, and
well, basically,
who did you learn from? Go ahead.
Okay, since I was a child, I've always been invested in like stocks. Then I had mentors like Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger that I looked up to. So basically, on my part, then I now realized not only could you like invest and actually buy the stocks, but like you can like trade the contracts and be like a speculator. Then I now went on and did research and like realized about people like George Soros, who made a lot of money and stuff. Then at the start, I didn't really know much about Forex, and I ended up like wasting my money a lot on like a lot of scam schemes, like people that kept on offering me binary with a rate of 5,000% return and robots. And then eventually, experience taught me that Forex is not like a get rich quick scheme. It's like something that has to do with compound interest and everything. Then I traded demo for a year. Then when I turned 18, I finally went live. And then I had some mentors like Ed Ponzi and Mario Singh, who I like watched their YouTube videos and stuff and picked up some good strategies and tips from there.
Okay, so why don't you show us your setup? You know how to share the screen. You go to the upper left-hand corner, and there's a green
Okay,
box with an arrow.
okay,
Click that for a screen share. We already know how handsome you are.
okay.
We'd like to see the charts. The picture speaks 1,000 words. So looks like right now you're showing my stuff. There we go.
Well,
All right. So,
can
oh,
you
there
see
we
my
go.
MetaTrader?
Yeah, we've got the S&Ps right here now.
Yeah, okay. So basically most of the pairs that I trade are like the major pairs because like those are the most volatile, specifically Euro USD and USD JPY. So I'll start with Euro USD. As you can see, the first thing I do normally is I go to the monthly.
Okay.
Yeah, and the monthly, and then so that I can like have key levels of like historical data of what happened. As you can see, this was the highest that it reached at 1.5920 exactly at 2008. And then I think this was when like we had the 2008 crisis and everything started going down for Europe and stuff. Then after that, I established like the whole general trend and a bigger picture. Then I now simmer down to the weekly chart. On the weekly, I now point out the key weekly levels. As you can see, I call these areas the areas of conversion, where basically the candlesticks pierce the previous support and it turns to resistance, and it also comes back to support, as you can see here. Let me zoom a bit in. Okay, and
Okay.
oh, one
So,
more
new lows or a rally first? What's your view on this formation?
for okay, the current formation that I made. To be honest, I think it's gonna come and retest this strong support level because if you can go down to the daily, you can see it's kind of forming lower lows and lower highs and kind of like a flag. Because okay, let me just use my trend line here. If you can see, yeah, yeah.
Pretty elongated flag, don't you think?
Uh,
That's more of a triangle, a descending
yeah,
triangle.
yeah, more of a triangle. That's what I'm saying. So as you can see, I'm waiting for it to see which direction it will pierce, and then we'll go there. But most likely, if it goes down, it's gonna come and retest this strong support that's here, as you can see, that has like 3 touches.
Okay. So, what are
Yeah,
those things you have on your black line down there?
here.
Yeah. What are those?
Well,
Oh, you have.
basically,
Oh, you
it's
have
basically
news
all of
dates.
the
You keep the news. You keep the news on the chart for when there's going to be important market moving news.
yeah, but mostly I use Forex Factory, as you can see here.
Uh huh.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm not trading really today on my MetaTrader 4 because I'm waiting for the Fed, even though I'm not expecting anything from the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I think it's kind of premature for any interest rate since they've already hiked it back in December. And one more thing I want to clarify is that I don't really use a lot of indicators about the from the moving averages. I'm more of a pure price action guy because I don't like my chart looking clouded. I just keep it simple.
Yeah, they're very clean.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
and then I use my what?
you 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 trade naked. I hope you
Yeah,
have your own office.
yeah, yeah. I'm more of like that funny man. So like I use the 4 hour and the hourly chart for like execution, and also I'm a swing trader because like obviously I have school to attend to and stuff, so I don't have like the opportunity to be trading in seconds and days and stuff. And
What's the most important lesson you've learned so far in 2 years
what?
of trading? What's the most
To be
important
honest,
lesson you've learned?
most of the things I've learned is rather more on psychology because initially I had issues with psychology, but now I'm like kind of good with it.
The waiting is the hardest part, isn't it? That there's not always a good trade, so it's sometimes the right trade is no trade. I think that's what a lot of people have a hard time
Yeah, but
with.
like kind of I'm more specialized with my psychology now because like before when I started, yeah, I had issues with like looking at my screen, not sleeping, and like it affected my eating habits. But now I'm more of like I set it and I forget it. So I put a stop loss order and I take a profit order. And once it moves like a certain amount of pips in my favor, I kind of move my stop loss into break even or 3 pips below break even or above break even, depending on whether I go long or short to cover my spread, and then I keep on reducing it. Or sometimes I use a trading stop loss so that it can be kind of like a risk-free trade.
So,
As
is there a difference in time frames that you use for initiating a trade and then managing the trade,
yeah,
or do you
because
do it
like
all
I'm
in
more
one
of a
time
swing
frame?
trader. I initiate using like I said earlier, the hourly or the 4 hour time frame for precise entry and exit, and then I monitor the trade using daily.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, because I'm a
Because
swing
it,
trader. Sometimes I use my trades for like yeah, I hold it for some days.
what do you? So you're waiting for the Fed. What's your bias if they say the dollar rallies? You're biased to buy a break in the pound, or this has really been quite a dramatic decline. What's your
Yeah, as you
take on
can
the
see, it's
pound?
in the demand level and it's kind of retracing because you can see some traders are taking profit around here.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it's going up. So to be honest, my general bias would be I'll look at the dollar index first because this is what I use.
Okay,
And
I get
yeah,
that. So
definitely.
what? So the question is, are we going to take out that double top or roll over first in the Dixie and trade back down to 92 before it attempts new highs?
Yeah,
Those look
definitely.
like the two scenarios for me on the
Uh,
Dixie, on the dollar.
okay, on the dollar index. To be honest, I think it's gonna go like probably test around here. Let me pop in something. Yeah, as you can see, probably go and test it around 100, and then I think it's actually gonna fall because like the momentum is like this kind of like a strong resistance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just a retest or new highs to clean out the
No,
stops.
no, 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 no. I think it will definitely be a retest because, as you can see, the first retest here, second one wasn't as successful as the first one, and then yeah.
Right.
So I think it's gonna retest and then it's gonna plunge. Because don't forget, the Fed have to also take in consideration what has been happening with the Shanghai Composite, which is like down by 6% and the crazy swings, and it's still early in the year. So I think like they need to like kind of weaken the dollar because to me I'll call the dollar like a raging bull. It's strong, it's getting very strong compared to other currencies.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you
So
think the
also,
biggest? Go ahead.
what?
Go ahead.
No, no, no. Continue with your questions.
What do you think the biggest surprise in 2016 is going to be? A reversal of the bull market in the dollar? Because most people are looking for a continuation of the bull market in the dollar. Are you on the other side of that?
To be honest, I think we might see um, we might see a reversal.
So are you currently flat going into the Fed? Do you avoid trading red numbers?
Yeah, definitely. And like I normally don't trade like around the news. I like give it 5 minutes or 15 minutes. Like I said, I'm a pure price actions trader and stuff. So yeah, I'm not much of a fundamentals guy. So yeah, was this is a trade that I called short around here, and then I waited for it to break my counter trend line. And as you can see, it has gone down here and retested.
Okay, so tell me, do you have a business model, or you just trade your own account? Do you teach others?
No, no, no.
On
I
your
don't. I
Twitter,
don't teach others. I don't teach others. I trade my own fund. Yeah, I manage my own funds by myself. I trade my own account.
where are you from? Where do you trade from?
London, but I'm originally from Nigeria.
Okay, so you're in London,
Yeah.
and so are you making a living just off your trading?
No, 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 not of trading. Like trading is more of a side income and stuff. I'm just
Okay,
doing it like.
so what else do you do?
Well, like I do other businesses with my dad and stuff back in Nigeria.
Okay,
Like I'm a director in the board of his company. So yeah,
okay. So
yeah,
what's your view? You're showing us the Aussie. You looking for a recovery back to the breakdown?
yeah, definitely. And you see, the problem with Aussie today is not kind of liquid as you can see, because today is Australian Day and there's like a bank holiday.
Okay.
So, and you know, banks are mostly the liquidity providers in markets because like all these big financial institutions are usually the ones that like pump a lot of like money in circulation that moves the market. So today I'm not looking to trade the Aussie. But like after that, I think to be honest, the Aussie is gonna go back up because oil has managed to recover to $30, I think now, because it went back to 29 earlier. So, and that will encourage people to like trade more on risk on currencies like the Aussie, CAD, and Kiwi.
Okay, so in my view, I correlate the Aussie much more with gold. It's more of a mineral type
Yeah, 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 because
economy.
like Australia is a big producer of gold, yeah, and yeah, we can
And
pop on. So,
Canada is more of a petro currency.
yeah, yeah, Canada is more of a petrol, but like they are risk on currencies.
Okay.
Um, yeah, this is gold, and you know gold has an inverse relationship with the dollar. So that means when
Yeah.
gold is going up, the dollar is going down. And
Well, I don't yet, but that the dollar really hasn't gone down and gold has gone up. How do you explain that?
yeah, maybe, yeah, you know, there are sometimes the market makes moves that you can't really understand. But I'm saying in the long term, maybe if gold can go to the initial, I'm looking for a target of 1174 around here. So maybe if it does that plus the Fed news tomorrow, and like don't forget, um, I think we're not the only traders like not trading because of the Fed. So the dollar is really kind of static now, waiting for the Fed's release tomorrow. So we might see a potential plunge.
Okay. So you're
Yeah,
constructive Aussie, constructive gold,
yeah,
and neutral on the euro right now, thinking it may come back
definitely.
and
Because the
test
euro, as you can see, it's kind of in a strong consolidation.
Yeah.
See, it's not
Yes.
giving us any clue to trade it.
Sideways. Range.
Yeah, it's a range. It's like in a consolidation. Oh, I think this is gonna fall USDJPY. Because look at it from this perspective. Uptrend, range, uptrend, range, range, uptrend, range, uptrend. Ideally, it's meant to go on, but as you can see, there's a strong supply level here, or should I say resistance and supply. And then as you can see, it's like kind of like a curve and it's gonna go down after it
So you're
retests strong support. But generally my bias is short for USDJPY.
so you're looking for lower yen after what, a rally back to 120, 121?
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna go up, then go down.
Okay. No
Just a
chance
bit
for
of
you.
correction because you can see this is like kind of like a downtrend, a steep downtrend, this, which shows like probably there was like aggressive selling by the bears in the market.
Yeah.
And it manages to just like retrace because some of them are just like obviously taking profits and more people are buying to go on with the trend. So this is just a retracement, then the trend will plunge in more.
Why can't this be another consolidation before a new high?
Yeah. To be honest, like it is, but like don't you think the consolidation has been too long? because you can see this is since 2014, 5th of December. It has been, yeah. And I don't really like trading ranges, but my bias generally is short. I doubt it's going to be a consolidation that will continue the trend. It has been too long trading in between these levels. Definitely going to come lower.
What's your downside target off that formation?
For the USD JPY,
Yeah.
I think we might see it come around 115. Just where I placed my cursor. That's my first target, and then my second target, my long-term target is going to be at 109, the previous resistance.
Okay.
Yeah. USD card, Loonie. As you can see, the Loonie is finally gaining strength against the dollar because oil is getting stronger, and like Canada is a kind of part of the top producers of oil in the world. So that means USD card is going to fall more because it has been in a steady uptrend. But I don't think this is like a retracement. I think this might be the point of a reversal, even though we might see a slight retest before finally plunging.
Okay, so then you'd be constructive on the oil. You think the oil is bottom?
Well, oil,
You
yeah.
think
The
the
problem, oil is gonna recover. Let's go to the oil chart as I'm explaining this. Yeah, you see, oil is gonna recover. Looking at currently what's happening with Iran and how like the Iranian ministers made an announcement currently on how they have an amiable relationship with Saudi Arabia and stuff. So I think oil is finally gonna recover on a long term. Probably we might see a slow recovery in the next 6 months. So I'll be kind of bullish oil for like for the long term. Even though
looking
the
in the next 6 months, you think it
yeah,
could recover to what? What level?
I think you can. We might see a recovery just below $44 a barrel, but I think
Okay.
yeah, because like it has, as you can see, oil has taken a great hit by the bears rapidly. So definitely it's gonna recover, but slowly.
Okay.
Yeah,
So recovery in crude, still constructive gold,
yeah,
and possibly a dollar top. So
yeah,
constructive. What most market participants are bearish crude, bearish gold,
yeah,
bullish the dollar. You're quite contrarian in all of these stances, except for maybe the U.S. dollar yen. And
yep.
if you're bearish U.S. dollar yen, you're probably bearish S&Ps too. Correct?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, let's go to the S&Ps. S&P 500 oil indices. Yeah, I will get it in a bit. Hold on. All right, S&P. Yeah, this is the S&P, right?
Yes.
Just a brief overview of the S&P. Let's go to the monthly. It finally managed to break this range, as you can see, kind of like a zigzag formation. Yeah, I will go into more about quadrants of market and market structure in the like later when I'm giving you more insights on my trading skills. But as you can see, this has been a strong resistance and this has been a strong support. And this was an uptrend and it went up. For the short term, I'm actually looking kind of bearish for the S&P, but I think the S&P will result and continue its bullish trend because, to be honest, this is just like gonna be a strong pullback, and finally we might see a pullback down to I think 1700 before continuation, but I doubt it will reach 1500. But onto the recency of it being bearish, I can go weekly. Yeah, as you can see, it's kind of going up, then it's reaching a plateau here. It's kind of flat. Let's just pop in the resistance here. It's kind of flat, and I think it's hitting, bombarding it, but still the bears are getting over the bulls, and finally they win, and like it's gonna go down for a pullback before eventually continuing the long-term bullish trend. And as you can see,
Okay.
let me go more into detail on this. This is what I call successive power candles, and like at least 3 of them have formed. And finally, yeah, so I would say, it's nice to make some pips on this one. Just wait for a short-term retracement here, around I think 1940, and you can short it a little bit more. But don't like leave the context of the whole idea. Of course, I think the S&P 500 will perform better at the end of the year. Let's not forget we're still in January. This is early. We still have like 11 months more to go. Yeah.
Okay, so a rally, one more dip, and then new highs.
Yep. That's what I think.
No possibility that last Wednesday's low was it, and we're going to rally to new highs sooner. You think it's going to take more time and
I think it's going to take
deeper?
more time. And don't forget trade. Don't forget, I apply the theory of reflexivity on trading. So like the more people that are making it bearish, the more and more like I click on the sell button, you click on the sell button. So I think other traders too will just follow the trend and take a huge stall on it before finally a financial institution like Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan changes the trend.
What about Goldman?
I was saying something about like we're going to see retail traders continue shorting it because obviously they're going to follow the trend with the main objective of the trend is your friend. But before we see a major, before we see an uptrend from the retracement, it's going to take like a financial institution like Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan to post up like a voluminous candle to like lift it up. Then the retail traders will follow and change their bias.
So you think that it's going to take a recommendation, a strong buy recommendation from a big broker?
Yeah, big financial institutions and hedge funds, basically.
Okay.
So, yeah. Oh, QE, yeah?
You think there's going to be a reversal from tightening to QE?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Interesting. So, nice interview. You gave us a lot of looks. What do you want to wrap? What do you want to wrap it with, Muhammad?
Okay. Basically, I want to talk about how I see the market in like 4 quadrants.
Okay.
You can like break down the market into 4 quadrants, and like also the strategies that I use. Which chart should I use for this? Okay, I think I'll use the USD card.
And what do you mean by What do you mean by quadrants? Is that in time or price?
Well, I think I'll put it kind of like in time. So basically, the market generally goes in a trend, then it ranges before it decides. So I place it into 4 quadrants. The first quadrant, in an uptrend, a range, then a continuation of the trend. There, I use 3 strategies for it. The first strategy I use is called the trend rider, where my 12, for example, as you can see on my dollar card, where my 12 EMA crosses my 36 EMA at exactly here. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it?
Yeah. It never looked back except once.
What?
It never looked back except for a couple of corrections.
Yeah.
It never crossed. Never crossed again, even on the corrections.
Yeah, definitely. So I look for when there's a gap of 25 pips between my 12 EMA and 36 EMA moving averages. If it is, then I place the order according to the trend. So if I either buy it or sell it. If in this case I'm buying, then I place my stop loss 30 pips below. Then I ride the trend eventually while moving my stop loss. And after each retracement, I add up my position while I decrease and take profit from the initial ones. Then once it goes into a range, as we can see here, I trade the range from like the previous trend before the range. So for example, yeah, this is the range and this was an uptrend. So what I do is I wait for it to go down, then I buy, it goes up, take profit, then finally I trade the breakouts. And like I'm more of a conservative trader when it comes to breakouts. I don't like trade on the breakout on the power candle because most of all these financial institutions, these are where traders get trapped, the retail traders, because like they use the process of spoofing, which I guess is illegal. So they place a lot of orders for like 700 contracts, which is like $7,000 per pip, to like bring down the candlestick, and a lot of people get trapped there. So I wait for a confirmation either by a retest of the support of the range, or like
So
what?
is a confirmation? What is a confirmation to you? The close of the candle?
Yeah, the close of the candle if it's below the previous close. And also I look for either bullish engulfing or bearish engulfing regarding the trend. If you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I have two methods of confirmation. It's either it does that, or I wait for it to retest the support or the resistance, then I follow it after that, which even gives me a better risk to reward ratio if it's after a retest. Then yeah, then the other remaining two quadrants, three quadrants are: the second quadrant goes from an uptrend, a range, and a downtrend. You can apply the same terminologies to it, where you can take profit like 5 times by just changing your strategies from riding trends to trading breakouts and trading ranges. And then also the one that starts from an uptrend, a range, and then it converts to a downtrend. And also the one that goes from a downtrend, it ranges and goes to an uptrend, so it kind of looks like a bucket. So yeah, that's what I use. And also I would like to wrap it up with saying thank you, Dale, for allowing me to grant my knowledge on your platform and everything. And yeah, I really enjoyed it and everything. And oh, nice, I like your singing skills and everything. I hope to work with you more and grant more interviews in the future. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you, Muhammad, for your time today, and I hope you have a great 2016. And I will say this, that just from hearing you talk, that your knowledge of the markets is much more advanced than most people who have only been at it for 2 years, to know about things like spoofing and confirmations. And I think you're going to be as time goes on, become an even better and better trader. So I hope that pips rain down on you this year, Mohammed.
Thank you. Same to you. Many pips. Thank you.
Good hunting, and inshallah.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother.
All right, buddy. Thank you, Mohammed. Everyone thank Mohammed for taking time to show us his views, gave us some looks, gave us a little bit of his methodologies. Thank you very much, Mohammed, and anytime you're ready, you could just close out of the hangout and keep in touch with me on Twitter, etc. Okay?
Yeah, no problem. More interviews by God's grace, inshallah. Thank you.
All right. And good luck after the Fed. So I just have to make one comment. And, please don't get offended, Steve. But, sometimes our guests also are in the room. Right? So when it's better to say nothing instead of part-time trader interview, time to hit mute button. That's not how we treat people that come in here and give their best. Do we have a deal that will not happen again? I'm addressing you, Steve. How about an amen and showing courtesy at all times to guests that come in to talk to us and do their best to share their knowledge? Can I get an amen in the room? Which means no sarcasm when they're on the air or after. You could think something without saying it. Sometimes we think we have to say or write everything we think. You could think it, but you don't have to text it. That's not the spirit we have in here. We respect everybody. Don't expect to be respected unless you show respect for others. That's the Lar Lion philosophy. Okay, Ricardo's got a look here on the S&P. Looks a lot like the pound and everything else. Confluence 1855, it was 50% retrace. If we have equality, this was 100 pips. This was almost 100 pips. So 100 pips from here takes it to 1950. 1940, 1950, 1955 actually. Thank you, Ricardo. Everyone thank Ricardo for his S&P look. Good. You know what? That's a great expression. Everyone thank Rick for his S&P look. Thank you, Rick. Isn't that funny? He left. He left. People who need people. So guys, we have about a half an hour left in this session. Everyone doing all right? Pound still performing. Nice pound trade. Nice pound trade, guys. Good call, Rick. Good call, Forex Stop Hunter. All you other cable bulls, nice work. Hopefully we're at that target before the ECB tomorrow. So we're getting through the cloud, Alex, if you're still here. There you go. That's the target. 38% back, 45.10. There's the target. So you have a back test of the line and the 50%, 38% retrace there. Everyone doing okay? Adinda, do we have to close early? Is there a show afterwards here today? US dollar yen, maybe we get an ABC here. Everyone doing all right? So we're going to have a lot of book squaring, I think, for the next 24 hours into Janet Yellen time. That's my belief. Everyone doing all right, pretty quiet, except for the pound. Euro's pretty quiet. Looks like it wants to head up towards 109 again. So I'm going to have to close up 10 minutes early, so we still have some time, 15 minutes. Anyone have any questions for me? Any questions for the kid? Everyone fine? I don't know if it could. Don't chickens have lips? Only a beak, huh? Only a beak? Everyone doing all right? So far, okay, Pipper. So far, everyone I talk to thinks the yen is top. Okay. Everyone I've talked to thinks the yen is topped. It's possible. Here's where I think the first real test it comes in the yen would be here. Up around 22. We get through 22, I think we can make new highs. What is spoofing? People placing big bids and offers with no, and then pull them with no intentions to ever trade at those levels. So they get the market to try and bid it up to those levels. Yeah. Please. To me, it's an accomplishment, especially considering all the ups and downs I've gone through in the last few years. So to me, I'd say pleased, Abel, or pleasantly surprised. So both. Pleased and pleasantly surprised. Everyone doing all right? Ricardo's telling us that we just broke resistance in the guppy. Look for 70.30 now. Also, the pound's getting near that 3.5 level. And he's exiting all pound positions here. At 3.5, Rick? Or right now? $43.30. So what's the high? You got there? Rick is out. Rick's out of his long pound position at 3.30. So if you went with Rick's call, take it, or at least take half. And he's now saying CAD is reaching his support level at 40.60 to 40.10. 40.60 to 40.10. There's actually a 200-day moving average coming in here at the 140 level. Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you, Rick. Okay, so there's another show following me. So here's my wrap up. Starting off with the cable. Rick helped me, and we talked about buying the 61.8 pullback in the pound off the A wave or one. I still think that we're going to go to equality, which is up near 145. Nothing wrong with being flat in front of the Fed tomorrow. Euro's still underperforming the pound. Yen's still acting okay. Still think the yen has some more upside towards 121 or so. Guppy too, I think eventually we can make a move up towards this 173 level. That'd be 38%. But prudence over valor, nothing wrong with taking profits. If you bought this pullback in both the pound and the Kiwi, with that happening, I still think that crude oil takes out yesterday's highs and heads up towards 34.5. Above these highs, 34.5. And gold is starting to get some non-confirmations. There were calls for 1120 or so. We're almost there. So I'll see everyone tomorrow. And then we will be covering the Fed. I'll be back to cover the Fed with Val and Yohei and Mauricio and whoever the wingman Mauricio Carrillo has scheduled for the Fed tomorrow. So I guarantee you the markets will be here after the Fed. Make sure your equity is. So I want to thank everyone individually for all their great work that they showed again today, celebrating Lars' 600th show. Remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Look forward to collaborating with everyone again tomorrow. I want to thank Pete individually. I want to thank Abel for being here for almost all 600 shows, Jax, FX John, Forex Pipper, Goldie, Adinda, Felix the Cat, Khalid, Doug, Mauricio, JM, Joe, Ryan, Beetle, Roland, Fab, BW, MRC, and Sinatra. Altman, nice to meet you. Welcome to our community. And I'll see everybody tomorrow. Remember, try and take care of unfinished business before the Fed tomorrow. Don't play roulette and try and predict the reaction. I know Goldie wants to. I'd rather react to the reaction tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day, my trading warrior brothers and sisters. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Adios.